Good afternoon, High School Blitz family. This is Miss B coming to you with one more video. Got a spectacular group of guys that's ready to come and speak to you. We're anxious to get to know them. And so I'm not going to hold up any longer because I myself can't wait to just get in, have some great fun with these guys. And so without further ado, I want to introduce you to the group that I have called the Upstate Slingers. And once you meet these guys, you'll understand exactly why I call them the Upstate Slingers. All right, guys, come on in and let's introduce yourselves.
My name is JohnBaylor Altman. I go to Palmetto High School, class of 2021 quarterback. Nice to meet y'all.
Oh, my bad. I'm Marshall Skoloff. I go to Eastside High School. I'm also class of 21. I'm super excited about this interview.
Well, awesome. And hopefully we'll have one more to join us. But if not, we're going to carry on anyway because we have lots to get to, lots to learn about these guys. So I know that you guys already know each other. I mean, you're both upstate, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you play against each other?
We did play against each other in a scrimmage early last year.
Yeah. Okay. How was that?
JohnBaylor, go ahead. You can answer that.
It was good. You know, scrimmages they always are a little rough, but once you figure it out, and definitely if we played again in a real game, I think it'd be a lot different.
Okay.
I can't disagree with that at all. I mean, we had a lot of returners from my sophomore year to my junior year, so going into my junior year, it was like everything and everyone was just clicking. We knew exactly what we were doing, so we were ahead of the game, but once we got to the regular season, we realized that, it's not that easy. Yeah. But we were just so well developed. We were so far ahead of everybody else that it made it easier in the beginning. And then during the season, it was like, man, we got to keep working.
Okay, cool. Now, I'm going to start with, some of the questions that you probably hear all the time. And so we'll get those out of the way before we really get deep into, kind of getting to know you guys. But JohnBaylor, you said this is your class of 2021, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Any schools sticking out at you right now that you wouldn't mind? You can just ramble off in any order. Any schools you wouldn't mind attending? You're taking to your next level.
UNC Charlotte, Mercer, Wingate, Campbell, App State. Those are kind of the ones that I'm looking at that I like a lot.
All right, cool. And what is it about those that that stand out to you?
Just the fact that, like, all of those schools, to me, they have, like, a family feel. And it's more than just, like, football. It's, like, you're going to be there to be a great football player, but at the same time, become a better person.
Awesome. That's a good one. How about you, Marshall?
Pretty similar to JohnBaylor. I mean, just a lot of the SoCon schools. I've really been digging into Samford. I really like them. They're in Birmingham, Alabama. UNC Charlotte, I really love App State. Western Carolina, definitely. Charleston Southern, Wofford. I mean, there's a couple of schools I've really been researching and trying to get to know the coaches and all that. But in the same reason as him, like, these schools, it's just the culture there and the family feel when you go to these places. It's unbelievable. It's like you go to certain schools and it's like, oh, this is a cool place. They have cool facilities. And then you go to another place and it's just they really feel like a family atmosphere.
Well, good. I mean, because that's what you want, right? You want to, especially you're leaving home, and these guys, this school is your home away from home. So the first thing you want to do is feel like you're a part of this new community, this new family. So that's really, really important. So I'm glad that those schools feel that way for you guys. So, all right. So what are we looking? I know that, with COVID-19 hanging over our heads and, wear a mask, not wear a mask, practice, don't practice. I know it's got to be super frustrating for you guys, but let's be optimistic in that there is going to be a football season this year. You're going to wow out in your senior year. Just coming from just knowing your schedules from previous years. Marshall, what matchup are you looking forward to the most? I mean, something happened last year that made you say, yeah, you just wait till next year. I'm going to be a senior. So what school was that?
I mean, I'm sure people can see this one coming, but from last year and sophomore year, I don't know if a lot of people know this. I know JohnBaylor knows this, but my freshman year, I was at Greenville High School.
Okay.
And I transferred from there to Eastside.
Right.
Sophomore year when we played them, I played absolutely terrible. Just god awful. Went to Serene last year. We played at their house, and it was a close game. I think we lost. I think it was 28-17. It was somewhere in that range. And after that game, I was like, man, I'm just like, next year when we play them, I'm just gonna do everything I can to win that. Okay. So that's definitely the most important.
Hence the chip on your shoulder that you reference a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I knew there was a story behind it. I couldn't wait to find out what that was. But I knew there was a story behind that chip.
Yes.
All right. How about you, JohnBaylor?
Kind of the same MO, but I'm really looking forward to playing Wren next year because I went through what Marshall went through his sophomore year.
Okay.
Me, my whole team, we played awful versus Wren. I mean, I don't know what we were thinking that game, but I just can't wait to kind of, especially I actually transferred from there. So I attended there freshman and sophomore year, and then moved to Palmetto junior year, and so I just can't wait to get back at it because I know a lot of friends and family that go there, and can't wait to show them, hey, I can play.
Okay. Yeah. Those are always great games. You know, the emotion's high, the intensity's high, and there's, you know, you put all this pressure on yourself, and so it's usually a little rocky start most of the time for both sides. But then when you guys start to settle in, it usually makes for a great game. Anytime there's a story behind it, makes for a great game.
All right.
So, all right. So we talked about, you know, people you've played before. So outside of the Upstate, think of, you know, teams in the lower state or teams that you haven't played that's not on, you know, in your area that you wouldn't play. What school or what team would you love to play against?
Marshall, you can go first.
I'm thinking probably Sumter because they have a kid down there that plays quarterback named Hayden. He's one of my really good friends, and I love competing against him. So playing in a real game against him would be super fun.
Okay.
For me, probably this is gonna be just as crazy, but probably like Dutch Fort on the fact that like I want to test myself. I want to test myself. Every single one of their players is elite, and I'm like, all right, I want to go against those elite players and be like, hey, because at the same time, you can play people that are good, but you want to play people that are great so you can make yourself better.
Exactly. I totally agree with that, because how else are you going to know just how good you are until you play the best, which is what people should strive for. You don't want an easy schedule just so you can say you were undefeated, and then it's like, okay, well then, who did you play really? Did you really test yourself? You don't want to get to the next level and be like, dang, I wasn't as good as I thought I was.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, Sumter has a really good team, and I think Hayden's gonna be on here really soon. So he's got to make sure he watched this video here.
Let him know I said that. Let him know.
He's gonna be up here next week. So I'm gonna make sure I remind him beforehand to watch this video. So, but yes, Sumter has a real tight team, and of course Dutch Fort, reigning champions 5A. So that's a big one there. That's a big one, and I'm just glad that you guys chose those schools, because those are great, great schools, and I myself would love to see that matchup. I mean, that would be ticket selling right there. Yeah. All right. So now moving on from the regular football, let's go back to when you were younger, playing football. I mean, did you always play football? Was there another sport that you thought you would be playing at this point, or has it always been football?
So for me, I really, until about I'd say until about 7th grade, I really loved basketball.
Okay.
I was all in for basketball. Now, I really love football, and I played it basically because I've always been like an energetic kid. You can ask JohnBaylor. When I'm on the field, I'm the same person. I'm just super energetic. I have all the energy in the world. So I've always been that way. And playing basketball was like, it was my getaway from football because I always knew football was going to be the thing I'd do all the way, at least through high school. But basketball was the thing that I really loved to do. It was like a different hobby for me to do. So, I mean, it's kind of like a yes, no.
Yeah, I got you.
For me, like I actually kind of started playing football kind of late. I always loved watching it, but I didn't really start playing until 6th grade. I didn't play when I was like young, and then I didn't. I probably started taking it serious probably into 8th grade year, and so that's when it really like clicked. Like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to put my time and efforts into. So when I was younger, yeah, I played everything. Baseball. When I was young, I played baseball and basketball. But then I kind of grew out of that. And once I hit like 7th grade year, after that first year of football, I was like, hey, this is I love watching it, but I love playing it even more. So I'm going to continue with that.
Okay. All right. So what was it that happened, if you can even remember, that made you say, okay, it's going to be football? And not only is it going to be football, I want to be a quarterback.
For me, go ahead, JohnBaylor, you got it.
Just on the fact that like football is like such like a team, like you have to like be like a family with your teammates to come together and like accomplish something. And with quarterback at the same way, I've always tried to be like the leader, like, hey, follow me and let's do this right. And I don't really like following people, I like doing my own thing. And so that's what quarterback comes from. I like to say, hey, let's do it this way and let's do it the best possible way we can.
That's good. That's good.
For me, I mean, I played receiver all the way up until 7th grade. So I didn't even realize what the quarterback position was. I thought it was a guy that just catches the ball and throws it or hands it off. But I've really learned since then that, I mean, it's way more than just that. But it probably clicked for me in 7th grade. I was playing C-team, which is C-team's freshman ball, right? It's the team. I think it's the team freshmen play for. So in 7th grade, I was playing C-team for Greenville High, and they put me at quarterback. And I was just like, I don't know, just kind of things started clicking for me. I kind of started realizing I was like, hey, I have a pretty good arm. I'm athletic enough to get around people. And it just from there, I was just like, this is what I'm going to do.
Okay, cool. All right, that's awesome. So being, when you think about all the positions on the football team, every position is obviously important because you can't function without everybody being in place. But one of the things about that I love about quarterback, because I'm kind of a quarterback kind of girl myself. I've always liked quarterbacks. It goes all the way back to before you was born with Troy Aikman from the Dallas Cowboys. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I'm telling my age now, but yeah, I like a good quarterback. And the main thing, and it's not so much, it's about the control, it's about the vision, it's about being able to think on your feet, it's about knowing that these guys are coming at you, but you're going to look for that open man anyway. I mean, has there ever been a point where you was like, oh my gosh, somebody please get open so I can throw this ball? Is there can you think of a defender that on an opposing team that you just could not wait till somebody gets open, or making sure that this guy is guarded so that you don't get the wind knocked out of it? Is there one player on an opposing team that did that for you?
For me, when we played Greer last year at Greer. And Greer's always going to be Greer. They're a good football team. Last year they had a down year, but, they had some things happen. So they were still a good football team. And we went there, and probably first 2 possessions, I was back there shaking. Like I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I've never told anyone that. I probably thought that I never would, but I remember I have a video of McXavion, number 34, one of their DNs, and their line was just unbelievable. I mean, that's the D line you don't want to play.
Yeah.
I was rolling out to my left and I threw the ball, and as I followed through, he pushes me right here. And he literally just does this, and I like flipped, and I rolled a couple of times, and I look up after laying on the ground, and I'm staring at me, and I'm like, oh my God, how is that even possible? So Greer was definitely, I definitely did not want to get hit by them.
Yeah, I can understand that one. Yes. Yeah.
Big kid.
For me, it was from Wren, Dez Frazier. A linebacker. And literally at Wren, they blitz the linebackers every play. Every play. So it was like, hey, you're going to have to get this ball out because you're getting hit. You ain't avoiding it, so you might as well let it go quick.
Yeah, I know that is.
Yeah.
Teams that don't like you, they will blitz everybody and try to take you out.
Oh, yeah.
That's just football.
Well, that's good. That's good. See, I told you, I wasn't going to ask you a typical question. Nobody would have asked you that. But anyway, I think that's good. That's good.
Yes.
All right. So now I want to know, okay, now, Marsha, I know you've been coming back and forth to Columbia. And
yes, ma'am.
I'm in Columbia. That's where, I love hearing Columbia. And so if I was to go and if I was to get in your car right now and turn on the radio, what would be playing? What was the last song you were playing?
See, people probably look at me like, this kid just listens to rap. I'm exposing myself now. Y'all don't make fun of me. I love rock music. I love reggae music. I like rap music, obviously. I listen to all music except for country music. That's basically it. But the last thing I listened to was
the last thing you was listening to?
Probably Motley Crue.
Motley Crue.
Probably.
Hey, somebody's got to keep rock alive. I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Somebody's got to keep it alive. It may. It's just like everything else. It'll come back around.
Yes, ma'am.
How about you, JohnBaylor? If I got into whatever you were listening to beforehand, what is the song you were listening to last?
Anything that's by Meek Mill, pretty much.
Respect.
I mean,
what was the last song you was listening to?
Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, might catch me on that one. For real. That's for sure. Yeah, definitely Dreams and Nightmares. I like that one a lot.
Okay.
Especially like before a game. Oh yeah, definitely before a game.
So is that your hype song?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I have some weird hype songs. Speaking of
Marshall, what's your hype song?
So I like listening to y'all are really gonna start making fun of me. I love before a game because when you play quarterback, and like I said earlier, I'm very energetic. I'm always pumped up. But when you play quarterback, you have to be calm, collected. You have to, So I would listen to Sean Kingston, slower stuff, I love Frank Sinatra before a game. Everyone calls me crazy. Everyone that knows that, they're like, dude, you are weird. And I'm like,
you're just trying to get
doing its thing for me. You got to be calm.
You just trying to calm down those happy feet you have. So
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's all. You just want to calm down the happy feet.
Yes, ma'am.
I understand that. JohnBaylor, how you feel about that?
What you think about Frank Sinatra, JohnBaylor?
I don't know a whole lot about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the only person in my age group and probably the nation that listens to Frank Sinatra before a game.
So, is there Frank Sinatra coming out when you're in the shower? When you're showering, are you singing Frank Sinatra?
Oh no! When I'm in the shower, I'm thumping something. It's got to be loud, something that I'm screaming in the shower, and the whole neighborhood hears me when I'm showering. I got to open my hands, scream the songs. I'm that guy.
JohnBaylor, are you a shower singer?
Oh, most definitely. I'm more
Everybody
when
is.
I'm in this when I'm in the shower though, it's country all the way.
All the way. Okay. Okay. What's the country song you
Marshall,
like? Let me hear it.
I like Friends in Low Places.
I know that song, sort of.
I don't.
Yeah.
I got friends in no places. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
My
Especially
husband likes that song
going
too.
to Palmetto, you gotta know your country.
Yeah. So, but that's all I know. I said that's the part I know. I got friends in low places, and then you know how people do when they don't know the song. Say, na, 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 na. Oh, says that's all I got.
I like it. I like it.
Oh goodness, yeah, that's all right. So, and one of the final questions is, all right, so you guys, like I said, I called you guys the Upstate Slingers, obvious reasons. So what do you think from being from the Upstate, what do you think you guys' advantage is growing up and playing in that area as opposed to some of the other areas in South Carolina?
Honestly, in my opinion, just being surrounded by talent. You know, I was at Greenville my freshman year. Davis Bevel was there. He was a junior at the time when I was a freshman. He's now at Pittsburgh, so he taught me a lot of things. And then he went to Eastside. And my number one receiver, Peyton Mangrum, he'll be playing for USC next year. So just the talent up here, like even if you just go train with a couple of people that aren't even from your school,
Yeah.
there's a lot of talent, a lot of skill up here.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I was in a really cool situation when I was at Wren. They had they had Kelly Bryant. So we used to I remember all the time, 10, 11 years old, throwing with Kelly, like just all types of things. And then Jay Urich, he went to South Carolina, and really close with Jay. Jay's a really good dude, and so just learning from those two, especially both of them going Power 5, and just all the things that they've taught me, even outside of football. Not just football, but just like how to approach life, especially Jay. He's probably the best person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah,
He is. Yeah, you can literally talk to him about anything, and which is But I think, and the other thing about the Upstate is like everybody is so close. Again, with the family thing, it's not like you can go out and talk to somebody for 5 minutes. If you talk to another quarterback, you're going to talk to them for at least 25, 30 minutes about football and life.
Yeah.
So
and I get that sense from a lot of the guys from Upstate, just being around some of you for last couple of years. I get that sense that it is a pretty close-knit area, and that you really, even though you play against each other, you really support each other. It's not a lot of jealousy or animosity. Of course, you need a certain level for a great game, but but it doesn't cross over into a personal space. And I do get that from you guys there, and I think that's great. That's real good. That's real good.
Yeah, like being on the field, we just want to compete.
Yeah.
Competitions, like that's the number one. That's one of the main reasons I play football, because it's a skill that teaches you. It teaches you a lot. Football does, obviously. So competition is like a life thing. You need to compete in everything you do in life. So football is really like a first step to teaching us what to do after football.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I can imagine. And from the 7th grade for you both till now, what is the one top pieces of advice you've gotten from a coach that you think have made you either a better quarterback or a better man, or both?
Oh Lord, it's gonna take me a minute. There's a lot of things.
There's got to be, something that always comes to your mind, even if it's you're writing a game or in your preparation for a game. One of the things, piece of advice that sticks out at you that you always try to keep in, you hear it in the back of your mind when you're preparing or you're in a game that a coach is giving you.
for me, it's just kind of like always be ready no matter what. You don't want to get out there and have to get ready. You want to already be ready. And the other thing is, like, especially back kind of like solely on quarterback, Marshall said this earlier. I did not realize freshman year how much mentally quarterback took. Like, I was kind of with him. I was like, all right, quarterback goes out there, throws the football around. No. It's like you have to do so much preparation for the game. You have to make sure your O-line's on the same page, your receivers on the same page. Then you have to go look at the defense. So just from a coaching, they've always told me, like, you can never be too prepared, so over-prepare. So that's probably the main thing.
That's good. Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck, honestly. I mean, a piece of advice I couldn't really tell you, because I've been told a million things by a million people, but I have had some criticism that really, like, this past year from myself.
And that's great. I mean, corrective criticism is great. I mean, that's one of the things that keep you on your toes and keep you from making the same mistakes. So that's advice as well.
I mean, the main one I remember is a school, they stopped recruiting me, and I asked why. And the coach literally said, "You're too small." And this was last year. So that really ticked me off. I mean, that made the chip on my shoulder a lot bigger. So obviously I decided that I need to be a little more serious with my diet and the weight room and just work harder. And now I gained between about 20 and 25 pounds. Obviously I wish I could get taller, but can't do that. That's not my choice.
Now, I did see an episode on Andy Griffith where they hung Barney in the closet to stretch him out for maybe an inch. You can
I have had people tell me that.
You can always try that. Just hang in the closet for a little bit. Add that to your your training.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, anyway, I really have enjoyed talking to you guys, getting to know you. I'll be watching you, your training videos. I'll be watching you once the season does get started, and you guys are out there just slinging it like I know you can. I'll be watching those happy feet. I'll be watching those hands. And I just want you guys just to have the best career that you possibly can. And of course, anything I can do for you, you just holler. Anything that, high school blitz, whatever we can do for you, let us know. And once you get ready to make that big decision, I want to be one of the first to know about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah. Any last words y'all want to say? You got any last words?
Go East Side.
Go Mustangs.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Have a great Independence Day, and please stay away from large crowds. Put your mask on, social distances, because I do want to see you guys play.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Y'all have a good day. All right.
Have a good one. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Well, there you have it, guys. Upstate Slingers with Marshall Skoloff and JohnBaylor Altman. Thank you so much for watching us, and tune in next week. We will have some more. Have a great weekend.